Simula po nung pagtatag ng Quezon City noong 1939, si President Manuel L. Quezon ay naghanap kung saan pwede pong magtayo ng university na dito po sa area na to, sa Diliman. Bali, nag-donate po yung tuwason ng 493 hectares na gagawin po siyang New Diliman Campus. So, meron po kasing style no, yung City Beautiful Movement. Yun po yung pinattern dito sa bagong campus na itatayo. Ang design po nun ay merong pong University Avenue at meron pong academic oval. So, ang una dapat itatayo doon ay yung mga nasa academic oval. Noong 1939 po, may tinayo na po dito ng dalawang building. Yun po yung, ang tawag po dati North and South Concrete Building. Twin building po yun Balik, sila, mirror image. Ang North, yung po yung Malcolm ngayon. Yung South po yung Benitez Hall. So ito pong building na to ay resemblance kung ano yung architectural characteristic nung nasa Manila. So makikita nyo ngayon parang nilagay lang dito yung mga buildings na yun. And then, nagkaroon nga po ng war, nahinto yung pagtatayo ng mga buildings. So, ang nangyari po dun sa Diliman, nahinto yung construction, inoccupy ng Japanese soldiers, ginawa nilang barracks. And then, after noon, dumating Amerikano to liberate Manila. And then, sila po ang gumamit muna.
Kaya itong aming barangay, ito ay natuklasan noong panahon ng Kastila na ito ay parte ng Marikina. Cruz na Ligas, Marikina, Rizal. Dito ay sagana sa pagkain. May mga palayan kami rito, mga isda, mga gulay. At yung tubig na masagana, dito sa amin dumadaloy. Sinasabi nila mayroon doon binigay ng tuwason. Sabi. Pero bakit pati yung lupa namin nakuha samantala ini mga titulo ng Tiburcio?
So, ang lolohin ko, yun ang taga rito talaga sa Matandang Balaga. Sinakop na kami ng UP na dating taga-Old Balaga.
After na-organize na ng university yung paglipat dito, in 1949, ito na po yung exodus. Naglakad po yung mga faculty, students from UP Manila hanggang dito sa Diliman. So kasama po nila yung oblation na nilagay po nila dun sa existing site ngayon.
Bombed out yung building na yan Nasugatan pa nga ako kasi tumama ako dun sa pipe na underneath the cement. Hindi naman nila inayos na. Pagkatapos nun, lumipat kami sa Quonset hut sa Diliman. Dalawang Quonset hut yun. Kaya yung Quonset hut ang ginamit ng mga US troops. So, ginamit namin muna yon. Ang taas pa ng talahib. Very rural.
Nung post-war era na po, meron pong binigay ang US government na funds galing po sa US War Damage Commission. Ito po yung kailangan para ma-rehabilitate yung mga nasira sa university na buildings, and then kasama na rin po yung pagpatayo ng ibang buildings kagaya po ng Quezon Hall, yun po yung administration building at saka yung main library na Gonzales Hall. Yung Palma at Melchor, twin building rin. Ito po ay ginawa ng mga 60s na po.
Early teachers here in UP were considered pioneers. So we were moving out, they were moving out of Manila, which was just recovering from the Second World War. Pero Americans, during the war, it was a camp. And so the quarters were made out of sawali, and there were so-called Quonset huts. Ang sawali houses were parang mahahabang bahay kubo. There were two families that would occupy one Quonset hut, and it was of course divided in the middle, but very narrow, sawali walls. All the walls were sawali.
Actually, we are the first immigrants. Already, we had the house given to us. My first, my life began sa UP. It's paved with acacia trees. And then, there is a time, when they have their blooms. Let's see.
Parang as part of the incentive to get the families to come all the way here. They were given that right to build, their own house at their own expense, but on UP land, on UP campus.
And for as long as they are faculty members, they retain ownership of that house. They can even pass on the ownership to their children who are faculty members or employees of the university.
UP brats ang tawag. There are many of them still on campus actually. Mga third generation, pero marami.
Ang village, yun ang pinakaunang housing project ng UP para sa low salaried employees ng UP. Mga concrete. Actually, ang unang tawag sa kanila, White House. Kasi painted white. Adjutant General Record Division. EGRD. Mahabang building. Nafi-figure out nyo kung nasaan ang College of Fisheries. Diyan ang EGRD. Occupied ng mga about 20 families coming from Liti, Samar, Pampanga, basta assorted. Yes. Yun ang mga matagal na nga hindi na permanent. Oo, mga legitimate workers with their families.
Little Quiapo used to be where you have Kalayaan right now.
That was where the UP Elementary School was. Tapos later on, that structure became para siyang naging tindahan. Halo-halong mga tinitindang po na ano.
When I was born, there was a fire and it burned down. There used to be a barber shop and a tailoring shop there.
Yung shopping center ngayon, dati parang doon yung co-op. Doon yung parang nasunog. Tapos kaya ginawa ng naging shopping center, nilipat nila yung co-op doon sa kabilang side.
So one of the things that we tell people is that history has a way of repeating itself. For example, of course, Little Quiapo and then now shopping center. And then also Kasaa and then the bowling alley.
I came here very early in the morning of that day, April 1. Kita ko nasusunog yung FC. For us, it was really a total loss.
The faculty center was always more than a physical office or even a home for us away from home. It was the cradle of our spirit of academic freedom and academic inquiry. It was the bastion of our resistance to tyranny, not just the tyranny of bad politicians and leaders, but the tyranny of ignorance and stupidity, if you will.
Okay, yung dating faculty center, kami mga unang nagstay dyan. Nung nagsisimula pa lang kung magturo. Yung faculty center, magandang masabing faculty commons noon pa kasi hindi lang mga taga-CAL at CSSP ang nandun, lalo na sa Katag, kundi mga taga-science. Mas marami silang nakakakwentuhan, nagkakainan, nagpa-party-party.
We knew each other. I tell you, whether you are in engineering, you're in law, you're in the liberal arts, you're in music, you find out how many we were at that time. But my goodness, we knew each other. We knew each other because of these campus activities, campus politics. Ilan lang kami eh. Merong social hall eh. May sa big Sawali hall. So it would be held there. At saka banda, ha? We would have banda for music.
Hey, right. Edi mga yung instead of floats. Ayun, mga trucks, naka-hay, with hay. And then, andun lang. And then we would parade around the campus. Ganon.
Yung time namin, ang UP naming mahal, hindi UP naming mahal. Lahat ng elementary, English. UP beloved, thou alma mater dear, for the united, our joyful voices sing. Far though we wander, o'er islands yonder, ta da 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 da.
UP is unique that it's not just a campus, but there are also communities within the campus. And we firmly believe that these communities are part of the educational climate that UP fosters.
Sa University Food Service, syempre ang aming mandato ay mag-provide ng affordable, healthy, and nutritious food sa UP community. So, hindi lang sa mga estudyante, syempre kabilang din yung faculty at staff. At syempre, yung lahat ng bubuo ng komunidad natin sa UP.
When I was born, this was during the time of President Romulo. His wife really focused on the food service. Part of the UP Food Services kitchen is there in the drive-in, but another one is there now in Vinson's Hall. They used to make this empanada known as the empanada de Calisquis that has the scales on it, and that would always be served when there were concerts in the College of Music. That and pineapple juice.
Maraming mga signature breads tulad ng cream puff, empanada, ensaymada, yema cake.
Before, there weren't a lot of eating places in UP. And the tea room was like a showcase of the talents of the students. Lahat ng mga students undergoing the culinary, kumbaga cooking subjects, all do their laboratory here. It served a lot of the dignitaries, or kumbaga the UP officials before. And if you ask the elders, the elders in UP, their fondest memory of the tea room are parang it's a date place. This is a place where you bring your date. Yes, and treat your date to to a nice meal with waited service. Yan. So, yun, it had quite a colorful history.
There used to be a cafeteria at the bottom of AS that had very good hamburger.
Yung 40 centavos na hamburger sandwich nila na pag kinagat mo talagang ang tigas-tigas ng hamburger, masusugat yung alang-alam mo. May cafeteria sa basement of Palmang Hall. Yun sa baba. Yun ang tambayan naman ng Upsilon. Tapos meron silang hotdog, yung they put it in a hotdog bun, in a hamburger bun, and fold the hotdog. Masarap din yun.
I have a beautiful garden. Malaki yung area ko, well-maintained. Sabi ng mga friends ko, para hindi na kami lalabas, magtayo ka na lang kanya ng canteen. The university has no clear-cut policies along that line. So, you go to the UP barangay until it became Chateau Verde because sabi ko, this is my palace. It is surrounded with green things. Time came when the university wanted me to close residential area. Ang dami ka ako. Bakit ka ako doon sa Area 2? Ang daming tindahan doon, ang daming kantin.
Main po na places na pinupuntahan ho ng UP students or dormers, of course, Area 2, Maginhawa. Pero yung pinagkaiba po kasi ng dormers sa mga usual na estudyante ay yung mga home-based delivery food services. Like, for example, may ino-orderan po kaming bahay sa likod ho ng dorm namin sa may Dagohoy, Bogchi. Tapos may mga maliliit din na burger and sandwich stalls din sa likod din ng yung kakagaya ng tinapay, Ate Vicky, si mga turo-turo. Pag wala pong food sa dorm, doon po kami umu-order.
Yung mga tindahan natin sa Laurel Street, yung kapitbahay, si Lutong Bahay, si all of those shawarma there, we cannot clamp down on them because we don't have enough canteens. Nasunog pa si shopping center. So, you ask the Kalayaan people, you ask the students, where do they eat? They go there. Ang daming ramifications sa welfare ng students, welfare ng faculty. A lot of members of the community will be affected.
dorm community po kasi basically composed po siya ng mga tao coming from different parts of the country. Yung pinagkaiba po ng pagtira po sa loob ng campus, sa labas po ng campus, like say sa mga boarding houses and apartments outside of UP. Number one, of course, may rules and regulations na kailangan tandaan po yung dormers. And second po ay yung mga activities na nangyayari within the dorms. Tsaka po may manakanakang events na nangyayari na nag-involve ng participation among dormitories. Acquaintance parties, discussions, crash courses, then andun po yung required na cat management orientation tsaka waste management orientation. Cat management, yes, dahil may mga resident cats na rin po kasi kami since dati pa. Some ender party, sports fest, open house, recognition night and garden dinner. And then yung mga fun activities po in between like movie nights, karaoke nights. Pag papasok kayo ng dorm, unang-una yung pakikisama, roommates, mag-a-adjust ka, then makikisalamuha, makihalubilo ka rin po sa mga dormmates mo.
Buhay dorm, oo may kamalasan pero ayos din naman. Buhay dorm, basta't sa kadiyaan kahit na may kalungkutan, kalokohan, nandiyan naman ang samahan.
Well, the Collegian makes it a point to feature the community inside. So we would do, for example, stories on profiles of vendors like si Sakay, yung Xerox ladies sa library, security guards, si Zorro. The student has to get to know their community. Usually your first 2 issues is always an introduction to UP. And we had a story called Peripheral Vision. It's a map of UP na ano yung mga makikita mo sa UP. So nandun yung mga fishball vendors, yung aso ni Tony Mabesa na winawalk niya sa Oval, yung mga certain Mang Larry, mga ganyan. Yung valuation namin of what you need to know is not just the academic, not just the aspirational, but also just the everyday na saan ka ba bibili ng blue book pag mamadali ka na. As opposed to other publications that are content to cover activities within the school, we go out of our way to cover national issues and even international issues. There was a story on prostitutes in Cubao, there were stories on political killings, there were stories on disappearances, there were stories on frats. I remember nung nag-strike yung janitors ng UP kasi nga because of contractualization, meron ding issues with the security guards, there were issues with the manininda when they were supposed to be phased out in favor of commercial kiosks. And then there are also demolitions within the communities. I remember one of the issues we vehemently opposed was the no ID, no entry policy. Kasi for me, one of the most interesting aspects of UP was that anyone can actually sit in a classroom, and someone who does not have the financial access to higher education can actually, with permission of the professors and the students, actually get their education. And I think this was something very unique in UP na if we have mobilizations or if we have talks or if we have discussions, anyone can really come in. UP at the time was really an open space where it wasn't just the students who can make use of the facilities, but also everyday people. Even the UP Film Center, where I come from, is one of the few venues that are free from censorship. So we can screen controversial, censored films to see objectively what their merit is.
Siya ang aking tagapagligtas.
Dahil sa'yo!
The spirit of discovery of new things. And UP is the only university probably in the world that can do that. Many universities, even in the United States, they are controlled somehow. by the people who give the money, you know. But UP has its own budget, and it can also raise its own funds. That's why I can think this way, that we should, for example, abandon the paradigms of the West.
That was the proliferating idea that UP gave to me. Excellence in what you do. Kung ano man yung gusto mong i-pursue.
We see students as Scholar ng Bayan who are part of a larger group of larger sectors. So students are not separate from society. We see student concerns as not just school concerns, but also social concerns, because a student is a citizen of society.